Question was why you chose to end it there. There were some things hanging, I guess. The daughter had chosen to live her own life, and the parents were looking for her. Why did you choose to, instead of following, I guess?
Because, to me, the migration is kind of a never-ending cycle. Because it's been ongoing for almost 3 decades since China first opened up its market to the world, become the world factory, and that's where all this migration started to happening. And it's really, I think, as long as China depends on this export to drive its economy, I see this migration will be carry on. So I didn't know that I needed to tell the future of Qing and where this family is about to go in this film, and also I guess partly because I was thinking that I wanted to keep looking at the migration to keep documenting them. So I'm actually conceiving a sort of trilogy, I guess. So that's what I want to do on my next film. I'm going back and keep following maybe them with this family or other migrant families.
Okay. Right there?
I'm just wondering, how did you initially found this family and why you decided to choose them over other people?
Question was how you found this family initially and why you chose them over possible other subjects.
Right. I found this family in my research trip. That's in early 2006. So I just traveled to the city of Guangzhou, where I shot the film mostly. Guangzhou is a big industrial city in southern China. It's the capital city of Guangdong province, which has tens of thousands of factories, and they produce everything, anything that you could think of. So I walked around many factories, and I just talked to a whole bunch of migrant workers. So this family in particular, I think that their story really impressed me. When the mother told me, for the first time when we met, the mother told me that they left their village and their daughter to work in the factory 16 years ago. And the first time she was telling me the story how she left. She told me she was holding her baby, and it was Qing, and she was only 8 months old, and so she was holding the baby, and she walked out of the village, and along the way her sister was trying to persuade her to stay back. She says you should leave wait till the baby grow older. But the mother thought she had to leave. She has no choice. She had to leave, go find work so that she could afford to raise the baby. I just found that so heartbreaking. I think in my research, I wanted to find a family like this who has children still living in the village, and they had a sort of relatively longer history of migrating. So that their story can help me explore this whole migration issue, which has been there for almost 30 years. And I wanted to find a family which has also a grandparents back on the farm taking care of the children, because this is really a very classic pattern of how a migrant family would live their life. So I think I just got really lucky. I shouldn't use the word lucky, but I think we had the right family to work with, and I really thank them for opening up their life to the film crew for 3 years. We worked for that long time together.
It's very courageous. In the red there?
Has the family seen the film? And what did they think of it if they have?
Question was if the family had seen the film and what they thought of it if they had.
Yeah, we showed the film to the father and the mother when we had a chance to screen the film in the Guangzhou Documentary Film Festival, that was in 2009. end of 2009. So the father and the mother, they saw the film. They find the film very well, the father put it this way: he told me that he find the film very truthful, but extremely heartbreaking for him to see. 3 years of their own life on the screen, especially. He told me it was heartbreaking seeing that Ching was so. I'm sure the fight scene was very tough on him. And the mother, after watching the film, told me that she still couldn't understand. She still didn't know why Ching hates them so much while they sacrificed everything for her. I think it's definitely very heartbreaking for them. Ching, the girl, she didn't see the film. She doesn't want to see the film. We offered her a DVD. I doubt if she ever saw it.
Right there?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for such a powerful, even devastating documentary. My question, I guess, is kind of related to the two previous questions. So many of the scenes are very intimate, even private. How did your film crew interact with the family such that you could build such an environment of trust?
Gentleman complimented you on the film, and he asked how you created that that trust between the family, because it's obviously very intimate circumstances.
I think that's one thing as a documentary filmmaker you always have to tackle or work on, is to establish a candid relationship with your subject. In our case, we filmed for 3 years. 3 Chinese New Years in a row. We spend, I guess, 4 or 5 months each year with the family here and there, in the summer and in the village and on their trips. So I guess there's really not a shortcut around it. You just have to be there, be with them, and spend a lot of time with them. So that's what I ask my crew to do. Even if we're not filming, I would ask my crew to spend time with them, hang out with them, talk. You really need to be yourself and befriend them. And you can't hide anything. I always do when I'm shooting or start shooting. I would tell them who I am, where I came from, why I'm doing this, and you open up yourself in the first place completely and hoping that they would do the same to you. So yeah, just spend time and be who you are.